Okay, and we are live. This is super interesting because actually I started this live in Spanish, and then the people that registered that start logging in and saying hi, we're speaking in English. So let's take that cue as a redirection into the right direction. And let's just let it flow. Hi, Fran. So this morning I was talking about the importance of allowing ourselves to be vulnerable. Hi, Andrea, welcome back. Allow ourselves to be vulnerable, to feel, to not be okay all the time, especially during the holidays. The holidays are beautiful, are exciting. It's like this fresh, let's say this freshness. People are like happy most of the times, but it's also a time where a lot of people are not feeling okay. A lot of people are not feeling motivated. Actually, it's a time where they feel a lot of pain. They have a lot of memories from the past that are not, let's say, 100% joyful, or it's not 100% safe to feel. So that's what I want to talk about today. It's okay not to feel okay. It's okay to feel vulnerable. It's okay to allow yourself to feel sadness if that is what you need to feel. I guess that Disney and the movies, I'm not going to blame it on Disney, but the movies sold us this idea that the holidays, it's all about happy music and celebration and hugs. But what happens when you don't fit that pattern? You're like, I'm not good enough because I don't have that. Or I feel separated because I don't live that. Actually, for me, it's thinking about someone that I lost or something that I don't have, or I feel alone. What happens when that is the case? What can we do when we feel that, let's say, we don't share the emotion that that collective is feeling or sharing or embracing? Well, first of all, I want to tell you that you're not alone, that you are amazing, and that the fact that you're experiencing something different, it's totally normal and totally okay. We are human beings. We experience life in different forms, and we have different situations and circumstances that teach us different skills. What matters the most here is to decide how much you want this experience to nurture you or to actually to bring you down. Let's remember that all of these experiences, good or bad, let's say, putting them a tag, like judging them, adding like a tag to them, are opportunities for us to decide, to choose if we want to see them from a different perspective and heal the wound, or to just fall down into those deep emotions. Let's remember that it's great to learn how to observe your emotions and to feel them, because if we don't feel them, we can't heal them. But that is not a state that you want to keep forever. That is a state that you observe, you feel, and then if you want and you're ready, you heal. And here, when it comes to Christmas, when it comes to New Year's or Hanukkah or whatever it is that you're celebrating, or the end of 2020, it brings a lot of doubt, a lot of anxiety, a lot of, anxiety and fear for the future. So how to handle that? Well, allow yourself just to feel. If you need to cry for 1 hour, cry for 1 hour. Don't push away your emotions. Don't try to fit into, let's say, what the collective is feeling or doing or acting. A lot of people feel really, really lonely during these times. And I mean, even myself, I have felt like this roller coaster of emotions the last few weeks. And it's interesting because when we see other people on social media or outside, it's always about the fun and the wearing the red hat or doing the beautiful dinner or seeing friends. And then it has like two sides. It has the beautiful side that people are again connecting, but then it's the other side where people are like, well, I can't have that, and I don't feel well, and I feel sad, and the only thing that I have here, it's my Netflix. So What do we do in those cases? Well, the first thing is to ask for help, number one. Number two is to call someone that you really love. Or if you live with someone, ask them just to hold you. Sometimes we don't need to do all that talking. Sometimes we just need to be held. We just need to ask someone just to, be there with us. And if that can be physically, let's say, the case, we have the internet, we have these spaces, we have these rooms, you have amazing resources. You just Google videos, motivation videos. You ask for for guidance when you pray, to find what it's the right fit for you. What would be the sin here is not to do anything and just allow your emotions to lead the way you experience your day, your week, your year. 2020 was that. It was like we have this absolute diet of social connection because it was an invitation to go within. And now the holidays is like, let's say, the cherry on that pie, saying, girl or man, we have to do this. There is no way out, only in. So if that's the case, what are you doing today for yourself? And yes, it's true, self-love, and you see it all over social media. Take a bath, self-care, and eat healthy, and all these things that I also love and enjoy. But that is, let's say, blah blah blah. If you don't accept and you ask yourself, what do I need? What do I need? I mean, I feel bad, I feel sad, I feel angry, I feel frustrated. So what do I need? What can I do for myself today to make myself feel better? And observe what comes up. Maybe it will be some writing. Maybe it will be texting a friend. Maybe it will be cooking. Maybe it will be sleeping. What's important is not to avoid those feelings. And again, ask for help. It is incredible and it's so sad. I think I mentioned this a few weeks ago, that a friend told me about another lady that committed suicide, a very beautiful and, amazing, smart woman. And she just couldn't take it anymore. And just like her, there are so many cases around the world of people that are they are tired. They feel like giving up. And I don't blame them. I mean, we're going through, this woo world. But life is beautiful, even with all these flaws. And you are beautiful, and you are here for a reason, and you have a great purpose to fulfill. And it would be a shame that this little bump in the road is taking you away from living the life that you were born to live. So today I want to just tell you that if nobody has told you I love you, and you're like, well, we don't even know each other, girl, or maybe we do, but energy, as Andrea said when I logged here, I was speaking Spanish, and she was like, I don't understand what you're saying, but I love the vibe, because that's what life is all about. Energy speaks louder than words. And if you feel a little bit afraid, or you feel a little bit lonely, text a friend, text someone that you haven't seen in ages. Ask them, how are you? Don't ask them, if they are in a relationship. Don't ask them, about other things. Ask them, how are you? How are you coping up with this? Recently, another friend, today is all about stories. So this friend tells me that this lady that she knows, unfortunately, she split. She's separated from her husband, and she's going through a rough time. But this lady, and I say this smiling because my friend was really frustrated with her comment. She was like, and how are you coping up with being single? And she was like, what do you mean coping up with being single? I'm totally fine, I'm totally okay. And I was like, okay, girl, look, that is like a little fiber that was a trigger for you, and an opportunity to see how are you feeling and how are you actually coping with being single. Are you okay? Do you feel upset because you haven't met anyone? Where are you? This is not about judging what's going on. It's about seeing what triggers you and then say, maybe I need to take a look there. Vulnerability, it's all about that. Being vulnerable is not is not being weak. It's actually the total opposite. It's about being strong. It's about listening to your shadow and doing the shadow work. A lot of people, they're like, I don't want to go there. I mean, why do I want to go there if I'm here in this safe place, in this great place? I'm like, okay, safety is great, but it becomes boring. If you don't do the work, if you don't go to the places that hurt, because let's be honest, our shadow is that, is the places that trigger us, or the places where the wound is, it hurts, it's scary, you don't know what you're gonna find, and after you're like, oh my God, what happened? All these belief systems, all this pain, all these things that I haven't processed. Recently, actually, I was talking to a friend. She is an amazing therapist. And we were talking about that. There is always something else to explore and to heal. There is always an opportunity to become a better person, to get to know yourself better. But for that, we need to see what we really don't like, the insecurities, the fears, the things that make us maybe feel not good enough. And that is totally okay. I mean, if not, we wouldn't be here on Earth. If we had everything solved out, my friends, we would be, out there somewhere. But that's not the case, because we're here to learn all these lessons and to really connect with our purpose, with our capacity to be resilient. People love that word. I think 2020 was all about resilience. I'm like, yeah, but it's not just about the word. Even I wrote an article about resilience, and I'm like, okay, yes, but how much resilience are you really welcoming in your life? Not just that desire to be strong and to improve and, have that rebirth, that comeback professionally or personally, but it's really how you're leading your life through love every day, once a month. Where are you? And that is the most important thing here. Being vulnerable allows us to really tune in with that capacity and to really understand how is our resilience. And when it comes to the holidays, back to what we were talking in the beginning, where I maybe feel lonely, or I feel left out, or I just feel really upset because I won't be able to see all the people that I love and hug them, because if I see them, probably we'll be 2 meters away from each other wearing masks. Or not even that, maybe just through the screen, like it happened on Thanksgiving Day in the US. Exactly, Andra. A lot of people are wearing an armor instead of being vulnerable. And guys, that is so freaking exhausting. Oh my God, that is just like wearing an armor. It's like you can do it, especially people that love to hold space for others. And this might include therapists, coaches, psychiatrists, priests, people that love to do counseling, mamas, dads, good friends, people that love to be there for others. If you continue keeping this armor of being there for others, of being, of service, but you keep just putting this armor that everything's fine with me and I'm holding space for everyone else, eventually everything will collapse. Nothing is eternal, not even your armor. So it's really important to allow yourself to say, you know what, I really feel sad. I am upset. I am afraid. I'm afraid. And it's totally okay to feel afraid. Because again, I'm not going to be in my fear forever. I'm just seeing what it feels and trying to understand, where is this fear coming from? What is it teaching me? And what do I need, emotionally speaking, to process this and change the way I feel? That is the beauty with emotions. If we think about happiness or sadness, if we think about anger or peace, what is the difference between them? What is it? Happy? Sad. Okay, if we have them here, you can feel really, really happy or really, really sad. So if we put them on a balance, they're exactly the same thing. The difference is and here I'm going to talk a little bit about energy and vibration, their polarity and their frequency, how smooth they are, how light they are, or how dense and profound they are. But let's go back to basics. If they are exactly the same, that means that like a star, I can be on the top or down here in the bottom by choosing how I want to feel. You're like, I Mish, that sounds super easy, but it's not that easy when you're feeling like shit. And yes, it's true. I have felt really bad myself. Well, actually, Andrea, that it's here. I mean, when I went to Spirit Junkie Masterclass with her, and you know me, guys, you see me here. I'm all about the words, and I talk. The minute that I had to share my story and share things that I have never shared before, I couldn't speak. I couldn't speak. Not even one word. I had to breathe and after speak. And it was not just one breath. Actually, it would look more like 5 or 10. Why? Because again, vulnerability also takes courage. It takes courage, it takes time, it takes motivation and discipline. Discipline to, say, I love you and we're gonna get through this. Maybe I don't know how we will get through this, but we will get through this. And that's the moment where you invite prayer. The moments where, from my experience, I have felt the most alone is the moments where prayer not only comforted me, but gave me the tools and showed me the way out. And today I want to really share that with you guys. The moments where you feel that you don't, let's say it's the middle of the night, you can't call a friend or your therapist, or maybe you can, only God knows, but you're feeling bad or alone, give yourself a hug and pray and ask the universe, God, Source, the Holy Spirit, whatever name you use to connect with the divine, to take care of you, to lift all this pain and suffering from your heart and transform it into light and guidance and strength. Once again, it's very important that you take action. Don't just let your emotions lead your life. Take responsibility. Act today. And also, when you feel ready, when you feel again like yourself, serve. We can't serve if we don't have. We can't serve if we're feeling like we're, broken. Tear down. It's very important that we take that minute to just honor. And then from there, from that place of grounding, from that place of light, okay, now we can serve. And it's beautiful that we all want to serve. The holidays are all about that. Looking at the other person and recognizing that the other person is me, and that is beautiful. But if deep inside I am completely collapsed, drained, tired, frustrated, it's really difficult, let's say, and not fair also for yourself. It's okay to also not be on call to serve all the time. So if you guys have any question, please, ta-da! I'm gonna open up a little space here for questions. And I just wanted to share that. And also talk about one little last topic, that is what to do when at dinner or meeting relatives online or in person, and we don't get really along. There is something, Andrea, there is something there that we just don't mesh well together, and we start talking, and then there is this whole, let's say, tense moment, and maybe an argument, or I see this person that brings up all these painful memories to myself, or I have this aunt or this person, family friend, or this friend that always comes up with uncomfortable questions, and it really drives me crazy. How can I cope with all of that? Well, here are some of the things that I do that I want to share with you. Listen before you speak and take a deep breath. Before going to the dinner or the Zoom call, meditate. When you meditate, you allow your nervous system to cool down. You allow your thoughts to just be centered, but most importantly, you allow the rhythm of your breathing to be in a pace or a rhythm that really allows you to be centered. So when something happens, even something that just, let's say that I have a vase or a coffee pot or something that it's about to fall or it fell, my reaction, if I meditate beforehand, it's not gonna be the same as if I'm, all over the place and after I say like, and the same thing happens with emotions. So it's very important to be centered and grounded, especially if we know that we're going to see people that might trigger us or bring memories or touch some wounds. Also, it's a great opportunity to practice the second thing, that is compassion. Compassion for the other person. What? They are saying nasty things. How can I show compassion? Well, show compassion for them and show compassion for yourself. Why? Because everyone has their own story that we don't know. Sometimes we own stories. Sometimes we make up stories about this person. We really don't know where they are coming from. This doesn't mean that you're going to accept and validate all the nasty things that someone might bring to the table. But it's just that you're going to take a deep breath and just let them be, rant, do whatever they need to do. But don't give them power to your emotional center or your energy. I'm not saying to be cold or to be rude. I'm just saying to be very calm. And when someone tells you or asks you something, reply with patience, with a smile, truly listening and asking also a question back from a place of love. If someone sends you a knife, you return pie. And believe me, that is the best way to really take the armor of someone down, tear it down. So, and the third one, it's to pray for them. Pray for them. Pray for all these teachers, for all these people. And sometimes it's really difficult. And you're like, I can't pray for someone that has hurt me so much. When you pray, you allow yourself to open the door for forgiveness. Forgiving, because it is through forgiveness not only that we're forgiving, but it's the only way we can truly access freedom. And what is freedom? Freedom is healing. When we forgive, we heal. But it's sometimes it comes really easy. It's like, okay, I'm ready to let go of this person, I'm ready to forgive them. And sometimes it might take years, but if we don't start today, we will never end. So why don't we start today thinking, okay, I'm going to see this person in a few days, or I will have to talk to this person. Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's bring so much anxiety and so much, I have to, see my brother-in-law, or I have to see this person. It's just once a year, let's get over with. What if instead of let's get over with, we start saying, okay, I'm going to see this person. It brings a lot, things to me. It makes me feel in this and this way. What can I do this year to do things differently? Okay, maybe I will meditate before. Maybe I will be prepared to listen more, speak less, and to have compassion for them and for myself. And to pray. Because when I pray, I can start the forgiveness process and be free. So that is part. Hi Gerald. How are you, Michelle? Thank you so much. I am good. Today, I feel really, really good. This week actually has been a good week. The week before, it was the week before or 10 days before. Let's say like 13 days ago. I was really stressed. I was feeling a lot of anxiety and some sadness. And it got to a point where my body actually told me, maybe I didn't share this with you guys, and maybe you noticed that I was offline for a few days. So something happened, and then my jawline just collapsed. I felt that half of my jaw was going that direction, and my face was going in that direction. And it was actually, a lot of tension that I had tension. I was very, very stressed, and I didn't allow myself to have like that little break. I was, doing all these things. And again, it was like Thanksgiving and, a lot of the things that come up with the holidays and preparing and doing and teaching and blah, 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 blah. And it was a moment where I said, like, you know what? I really need to stop. So I got physical therapy. I did journaling. I cried. I prayed. I gave myself a hug and I said, girl, you need to take some time off because we can't pour from an empty cup. And now I feel good, but thank you so much for asking. Thank you so much for asking. Hey, from Switzerland. Hola. Very, very cool. So as I said, I will promise also to do more lives in English to balance our English and Spanish community. Thank you so much for being here, for sharing as well, and for being vulnerable. Let's welcome December. Let's welcome vulnerability, because in vulnerability we find strength, we find freedom. Lots of love and blessings. Peace, love, and light. See you very soon. Sat Nam.